everybody, how are you all doing today? Welcome back to Mama's Kitchen. Today I'm going to be sharing with you the recipe for jollof rice. This is how I make my own jollof rice, and I just want you to follow along with me to see how I make my food. Okay, this here are the ingredients I'm going to be using to make this food. I'm going to be using some rice. This is about 4.5 cups of rice. I'm going to be using some curry powder. This is my meat stock. I'm using goat meat, so this is the stock. I'm going to be using some bay leaves. I have two types of onions cut. I have this one ringed up. I'm going to show you how I'm going to use it, and I have the chopped one. I also have some thyme. This is thyme. I have some salt. I'm going to be using some salt. I'm going to be using some nor cubes. This is brand crayfish, and here is habanero pepper, tatashe, that is the bell pepper, onions and tomatoes blended, and they've been boiled down. So this is like a paste. I blended it and I boiled everything down to a paste. And of course I'm going to be using some vegetables oil. So if you're ready, let's get to the kitchen and make this happen. Okay guys, I'm starting to make the jollof rice. So here in this pot, I'm going to put some oil. I'm not going to put too much oil because I'm also going to use a butter stick. I didn't remember to show you that. At the end of my jollof rice, I always add some butter. So because of that, I don't want to use too much oil. So I'm just going to let this oil get heat up before I put other things inside. So the oil is hot, and I'm going to just fry my chopped onions. I told you I will show you how I'm going to use the ringed ones. But I'll fry the chopped one first. You don't want to allow this to get burnt. So as soon as it is, getting a little bit golden in color, you start adding other stuff. It has been about 2 minutes, so I'm adding my pepper, onions, and ginger. I added a little bit of ginger and the tomatoes. So you just fry it up like this. You can see that this pepper is very thick. I told you it's tatashe. I don't use tinned tomatoes for my jollof rice. I use just fresh peppers and tomatoes. So this is tatashe, habanero pepper, that is rodo, and bell pepper and tomatoes. I blended them up and I boiled all of them until it became this thick paste. If you don't have time, you can also just blend and pour directly and start frying. But when you have time, you can boil it down before you start frying. So I'm just going to let this fry a bit for some time, maybe 2 minutes. So guys, since these tomatoes has already been cooked before, I'm not really going to keep it here to fry for too long. So I'm going to start adding the ingredients. With my thyme, I'm very generous with thyme when it comes to jollof rice because I want to have that thyme smell, that scent from thyme. So I always put a lot. I'm putting just a little here. This is 2 spoons, and this is because I'm cooking just 4 cups of rice. If I was cooking more, I would add more. So I add the thyme, and I'm going to add my grounded crayfish. This also is 2 spoons of crayfish. 2 tablespoons of crayfish. And I mix it up. At this stage, you should start to heat and smell, perceive the aroma. Because now it's really beginning to scent up. So I'm also going to put some salt. I have 2.5 spoons of salt here. I'm going to use this 1.5 spoon first and see how it goes. If I need more salt, I will add as time goes on. But for now, I just added about 1.5 spoons of table salt. I'm going to add my nor cubes. For jollof rice, you really want to season it very well. So here I have 3 nor cubes. So it's about 3 nor cubes. It has 2 in each pack. So you put your nor cubes because you want your jollof rice to really taste well. You don't really need to overknow it. You don't really need to put too much, no, but this is okay for this quantity of rice. And then you toss it. I'm bringing my heat to low because I don't want it to start to burn yet. I'm going to add some curry powder. With curry too, I'm very generous with it. So this is about 2 spoons of curry powder. You add your curry powder. You mix it up. And this is the stage where you check, you taste it for salt and see how salty or how sweet it is. So I'm going to taste it. This is okay. So after this part, I'm just going to let it simmer in the pot. Already I've put my my heat to low. I'm going to let it simmer for about another 3 minutes. So this has been simmering for about 3 minutes on low heat. So I'm going to add my meat stock at this time. This is goat meat. Add my meat stock and I turn it. I'm also adding about 2 cups of water. And I'm just going to let this sit for just a minute. Not too long, just a minute or 2. Remember, your stove should be on heat, on low at this time. You don't want it to start burning yet. Now I've washed my bay leaf and I'm going to just put it inside. You don't need too much bay leaf because it has its own scent, and that's why I put it when I'm cooking. I don't put it at the end. Some people put it at the end of their cooking jollof rice, but I always add mine at the beginning like this so that it will cook in it and bring out the scent that I want. You can add as much as you want. It all depends on your taste. And so I've washed my rice, and now is the time to put your rice. Now is the time to turn your rice. Let me use a wooden stick. You turn it very well. Don't overturn it though, because it may start burning. But well, burning is the beauty of jollof rice. That burnt flavor is what really makes it jollof rice. So you see that the water is not much. It's just covering the rice. You don't want to put too much water. Just put enough to cover the rice. And then you mix it up. Not too much, but mix it as much as you can. Very gently, so it doesn't burn. And after this, you're going to cover it. Okay, guys. The water is really drying, so I'm just going to use my stick to part way for the water. You don't want the rice burnt, so just part it gently. And like I told you, the heat is on very low. This is when I'm going to use my ringed onions. So I'm just going to place my ring onions inside the rice like this. This is just me. This is how I do it for myself. And I promise you, if you do this, you're going to enjoy it. Because the flavor that comes out from these onions is going to really give it the final, taste. You're not going to throw the onions away. You're going to mix it up inside the rice when you're done. That's why I ringed it up. I didn't want to cut it in chunks. So after that, I'm going to cover the pot with foil paper and just allow it to steam on its own. So you cover the pot with it like this. And then I'm going to cover it and just let it stay here for about 15 minutes. Okay guys, I am opening the rice again after the last time I covered it with foil. And you can see the rice is all cooked. Can you see it? The jollof rice is all cooked. It's ready. And this is when you turn it. Now you don't have any excuse. It's already cooked, so you don't have to worry about anything. And this is when I add my butter. Here is a half stick of butter. You just add it inside and you mix it until it melts. Keep mixing it. I'm going to leave it in here to melt on its own. Remember, my heat is still on very low. So I'm going to let it melt for about maybe 2 minutes and then I'll bring it up. Okay, I'm opening it again to mix it up with the butter. See, the butter is all melted, just a little bit left. So I'm just going to mix everything up. And I do this because this butter gives my jollof rice a flavor, gives it a nice flavor. And then the rice is not sticking together. The rice comes separately. So you mix it up. The one thing I must warn you is that when you mix your jollof rice with butter, make sure you don't leave it outside because it's going to get spoiled on time. So as soon as you finish eating, put it back in the fridge or freezer, somewhere to really keep it nice. And that's the end of the jollof rice. This is how I make my jollof rice, guys. This is how it is. And then when you're serving it, you can now take out your bay leaves and everything and then serve your rice. This is good. So guys, the jollof rice is ready. This is my jollof rice with fried plantain and fried goat meat. Thank you so much for watching today. Please, if you have not subscribed, please try to subscribe, like, and share. Thank you so much. Bon appetit, and see you in my next video. Ciao, ciao.